Bird species are often split when researchers find enough differences between a species to warrant recognizing two or more distinct species. In North America, there are a few that many birders think might be due for a split, and so in this video I'll be covering a couple that have been talked about for a while. So the first one is the yellow-rumped warbler. This is a pretty big one. The yellow-rumped warbler complex has four main groups: the myrtle in eastern North America, the audubons in western North America, the Goldman's subspecies in Guatemala, and the black-fronted subspecies in Mexico. The myrtle and audubon's warblers are already pretty different visually, and a lot of people think that they could be their own species again, as they were lumped together in the 1970s, but a lot of people think they could be split apart again, and I kind of agree with it. Again, the APA isn't going to split anything until there's published research papers supporting it, so for now all we have is two different distinct subspecies. Second one is the western scrub jay, and technically this one has already been split several times into the California scrub jay and the Woodhouse's scrub jay in 2016, but there are more potential splits in this group. Some people believe that the coastal California scrub jays could eventually be split from those in the interior range of the West because they show differences in size, habitat, and vocalizations. The third is the red crossbill, and this is a super complex group with at least 10 different call types in North America, and these different call types have different bill shapes and are adapted to different types of conifer seeds, and some of these types barely mix together or interbreed, and so they could be split into multiple species if there's enough genetic data to confirm that. Right now there really isn't a whole lot of research that has been published on them, and as far as looks go, they really don't look that different. Just sound would be the only way to tell them apart, so for now that's all we got. Number 4 is the willet. The willet is currently divided into the two subspecies, the eastern willet and the western willet. They have different plumages, songs, and migration patterns, so I think there's a pretty good chance that these two could be split sometime in the future. Number 5, we have the fox sparrow, and fox sparrows are already divided into four main subspecies or groups: the red, the sooty, the slate-colored, and the thick-billed. These groups look quite different from each other, and they do have separate ranges, so I think it's quite possible that they could be split into their own species. If this one goes through, it will add 3 more birds to everyone's life lists. Number 6 is the white-breasted nuthatch. There are 3 main populations in North America: the eastern, the interior west, and then the Pacific. And each group has different vocalizations, slight physical differences, and some unique genetic markers, and so some researchers think that there is enough distinction to split them into several different species. Number 7 is the seaside sparrow, and this species already has a few isolated subspecies with unique characteristics. The dusky seaside sparrow, which went extinct, is actually one of them. Then we have the Scott's seaside sparrow in Texas and the Cape Sable seaside sparrow in Florida. And these birds look pretty different. Their bill shape's different, their color is different, and their ranges are different. So I think there could be enough distinctive stuff in there for them to be split, but for now we'll just have to wait on the research. Number 8 isn't a very common one to talk about, and that is the eastern bluebird. The main reason that I threw this in here is because they have some range differences. There's like the northern group, if you will, and then down in Mexico, there's the southern group. So I don't know if it'll be split just based off of range. I don't think there's a whole lot of research that has been done between the two groups to see how different they are, but they are pretty different in range, and as far as I know, their range does not connect. Number 9 is the yellow/mangrove warbler. Right now, the mangrove warbler is considered a subspecies of the yellow warbler, but they look very different. As you can see in the pictures on your screen right now, there's quite a difference between those two birds. So they've got completely different habitat, different ranges, and different songs and calls. So I think this could be a pretty good split. There's been some research that has gone into this, so hopefully they'll be split in the future. I've never actually gotten to see a mangrove warbler, but it could be a cool one to track down someday. So let me know in the comments if you have any more splits that I forgot to mention in this video. If you want to see a full playlist on how to get better at birding, go ahead and click or tap right here.